Hello, my fellow thinkers and learners. I'm Tim Karagosian, and I'm here to help Timulate your minds. If you like what you see in Timulate, please like or subscribe. Or heck, even email me to let me know suggestions on how you want me to present this information. This episode is part 3 of the bigger topic of mentorship. Everyone successful that we've ever looked up to or wanted to be like has had a huge advantage by having a mentor. A mentor is already living in the world that we're trying to break into, and they can help us get there. Part 1 covered what makes for a good mentor, and more importantly, what makes for a good one for you. Part 2 tackled the difficult task of finding a mentor. Here, mentor! Over here, mentor! So at this point, I'm assuming you're on your way to finding some good mentors, so today we'll dig deeper into the expectations and responsibilities that go into being successful with one. I touched a little on this in part 2, but as a student, you're going to be the driving force behind everything. And there's certain responsibilities and expectations that come with that. Your mentor is going to be there to help you, but really that success hinges on you. Showing that you're invested in the mentorship is one of those expectations, as well as bringing learning topics to the sessions and even going deeper and studying outside of the sessions. But the most important expectation is that you are teachable. Being teachable is more of a mental state than anything else. It's a combination of realizing that you don't know everything, that there's something new you desire to learn, and an openness to information and possibilities for your growth. This creates a willingness inside of you to learn that's really reinforced in all of these Timulate episodes. You're also expected to have some control over the teachings that are going on. You want to focus on your particular outcomes, for example. Your mentor is only human and can get distracted easily when things get exciting. It's always good to have someone who can keep us in check. This next one is more of a sign of a good mentorship, but you should be challenging your mentor. What you ask might not be fresh in their minds, so they might have to understand, practice, and demonstrate both old and new skills. Other less obvious expectations with your mentor are confidentiality when sharing information back and forth, being positive, never lowering each other's emotional or mental state, and being prepared with your materials and tools before the session starts. Thank yous and small gifts are great, but as a mentor, it is pure bliss watching your student use the teachings and skills that you shared with them. Teaching and learning are both mentally taxing things, and self-care is something that's often less discussed, but is possibly more important than what we're even trying to achieve, and ultimately will help us achieve that. Always, always, always respect the other side's health needs. And understand you won't be the best student or the best mentor, aka you won't be as teachable or as good of a teacher if you haven't been taking care of yourself. So now what should we expect from our mentors? Well, at a very high level, a mentor is reactive in that you are asking for information on something and they deliver it. But the best mentors that I've found have actually become proactive. And this happens over time, where they want to show me something, or they want to discuss a related topic of their own interest. Even a reactive-only mentor will offer you all kinds of expected benefits. Not only will they be able to show you where to find the information you're looking for, they'll also be able to review your work, have peer working sessions together, offer explanations and demonstrations to further help you achieve. Your mentor will be expected to instruct you in other ways as well, such as proper goal setting or your strengths and weaknesses. A good mentor will highlight your growth and encourage you to reflect on those learnings that you achieve. It's awesome to feel like we've made progress, but when others notice it too, it reinforces all those good feelings and motivations. This is when a proactive mentor can also take it a step further and point out additional opportunities for further learning. Your mentor is also an excellent role model for how anybody uses those skills in a professional environment. This is immensely useful if this is a part of your career plan. The interview prep, resume editing, and role search is going to be way better with them than really anybody else. Okay, so what expectations shouldn't we have for our mentors? First off, our mentors can't be expected to have all the answers on everything. We could be asking about things they've never encountered before or well out of their expertise. Mentoring is a no obligation kind of deal unless it's through a service. The mentorship could technically end at any moment, but thankfully nobody wants that to happen from all the good that's involved with it. there are still some reasonable things that can happen that aren't necessarily expectations. For example, a letter of support for either side could be useful as a reference. And while it's not expected, follow-up communication around important events or after the mentorship has ended is also highly recommended. I've had a lot of experience with mentors, and thankfully most have worked out. And this is where I'll reinforce again that the success of it mostly relies on the student. I've had plenty of frustrating moments with mentors, and ultimately I've had to come out of the ordeal with a bit of blind faith. For example, when I thought one of them was teaching me something useless, later it ended up putting me ahead of all the other candidates when I was trying to get my first job. Another helpful way to be more teachable is to imitate your mentor. Now, don't do it in a mocking way, do it in more of a flattering way. Your mentor is living in the world and doing the things that you want to be doing, so why not imitate them? Through this, you'll find a deeper connection to how they think and problem solve. You can more easily take on those good habits that make them successful. When not being used in a negative way, imitation of an expert is one of the building blocks to becoming one. Mentors raise your ability to be successful, and their impact can cause your skills to evolve and last. Understanding the roles of the mentor and student relationship is important to getting the most out of your time with them. Students should be focusing on driving forward their learning and becoming as teachable as possible. Mentors should be focusing on sharing their skills and opening up to let somebody into their professional world. Both sides should be respectful of each other, and it should be mutually beneficial. Next episode, we'll cover mentor maintenance, which includes when to keep or cut a mentor, and setting yourself up for success with a network of professionals to support you. So stay tuned for more soon. You are awesome, amazing, and incredible for wanting to do more and be better. So let's continue to timulate our minds.